honestly don't know what to talk about. Like, nothing really happened in Magic. Holy fuck, I was on TV twice. What is up, guys? Yes, I don't know how I forgot to say this. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know because I was putting all over social media. I think like 2 or 3 months ago. It's been a while. I was on this television show called Magic Caught on Camera. This is a television show on the Travel Channel. They actually get pre-recorded performances and they just pay you for the license to use it on their show. And funny enough, watchBrizi is like in every single episode. I swear to God. This television show could really only be accessed if you have cable, but you could actually go on Amazon and buy the entire season for like 25 bucks and the whole thing's there for you. I'm actually on the 6th episode and I'm on the thumbnail, which is really awesome. I'm in another episode and I think it's like episode like 14. I'm sorry, episode 13. And the first one was actually pretty good. I really liked that one. The funny thing is, actually before I get into that, the first things first. Well, what they did is that someone from New York, one of the producers, contacted me. Was like, "Hey, we would like to use your video that has less than 200 views, amazingly, and we would like to put that on our TV show." I'm like, "Awesome! That sounds really cool." Especially this happened like right when like the COVID lockdown started happening, so I got some extra money from doing this. They were like, "Oh, hey, can we use your thing?" All right, yeah, cool. And they're like, "Okay, can you go to that area again? You want me to drive all the way to Harvard? That's like a good hour with no traffic." Well, it was during COVID, so it would taken like over an hour just to do it. So they would want me to film these intros to introduce my own video, and I had to re-put on the same exact outfit that I was wearing. Also, I filmed it here, but the camera was from this angle, so the stuff here. And you guys know, also the funny thing about this, I'm gonna pick this up for a second. This hand makes no sense because if this is his right hand, his thumb's supposed to be pointing out this way. It's pointing in, but I had to get it vertical to make it make sense. Okay, enough of that. But I had to angle it this way and cover up all my Spider-Man stuff because you couldn't, because Disney would take Travel Channel's cheeks and clap them in court pretty hard. They wanted me to put the same exact outfit on. I did that. I was like, they were like, "Oh, just try to do it in a room and try to make it more magical." And they sent me an example, which is actually Justin Flom. I actually met him in Vegas and his dad. Really, really nice guys. They were like, "Just make it look magic-y." My David Blaine posters, put up my deck of cards and all this other stuff. And they gave me a script. They're like, "Okay, just read all these, film them all, and just send it to us." Did all that. They sent me the money. Everything was cool. Now on to the performances. The funny thing is, the first one I did, one of my favorite tricks, and I totally fucked it up on camera, and it somehow I got it on TV. So it is I don't want to tell you what the trick is because you guys could look it up and try to figure out how it's done. So what the trick is that you have two bills in your hand. You ask them, which one do you want? Do you want my bill or your bill? You make one of them disappear and the other bill ends up under their watch. That day, I think I performed that trick probably probably 3 or 4 times, and I messed up every single time. I wasn't ready to do it. If I go back a little bit, I actually got the bill under her wrist, and I saw it. She put her arms down and the bill fell right out of her watch. Actually, I cut it out. I could probably find the footage of me actually screwing it up.
Hannah, you could drop your hands. Hannah, which one do you? Hannah, you could drop your hands. Hannah, which one do you?
I did clever editing to just cut that shit out.
And sorry, what was your name again? Hannah, you could drop your hands.
And you don't see the bill falling, but I played it off. It was like, "Oh no, right there. It's right next to your foot."
Next to your foot.
Played it off perfectly, got on TV, messing up one of my favorite magicians' favorite magic tricks. Trick number 2 in episode 13, cracking up. I thought it was fine when I first saw it. I was editing it. I watched it like dozens of times, and a few months later, rewatching it, that performance was not good. Funny enough, they were both money tricks. I think they just seen do way too many card tricks. What I didn't like about this one is that I didn't like the camera angles. The camera angles move too much. This is a very good trick if you had it statically, because I don't like it when you move around and there's constantly a lot of camera angles. And the one thing I hate about me performing, and like you see it, this is why you should definitely record yourself, is that I talk way too fast.
Of your imagination. It's a real quarter. So that's what? That's one quarter. That's 2. That's 3, and that's 4. And Philip, can you square? Can you pile them up one more?
I'm just like, yeah. If you do this, yeah. If you hold that, yeah. I'm going a mile a minute, and that's usually when I'm nervous and I'm going into this, like, when I'm practicing it. When you practice something, you do it like a million times. You could do it without thinking, and that also happens with your patter. And like you're just going, like you're not even seeing if the person comprehends the whole thing. I just wish I slowed it down like much more and try to like ease them into it. And also it's very, very slight, but it still makes me cringe, is that I flashed my flip. The heel is it's a very, very difficult move. I don't know if I could show it. It's very slight intensive. It's pretty difficult. It takes a lot of sleight of hand, and I totally fuck it up because the angles were not that great. Yeah, and that's that was really it. I totally forgot to talk about this. I don't know how. I was on TV and I forgot to make a video about it. I was gonna do like a reaction, which it doesn't really make that much sense. Like more the experience of it, which is really cool. I'm just hoping I could do more stuff like this. And Chris Ramsey was on here, Alex Boyer, just a bunch of other people have been on here. Justin Willman is really just pretty easy money. It's like, hey, you have this old ass clip. We'll toss you a couple bucks and that's it. But watchBrizi, he's probably making a shitload of money. This dude's on I swear, I'm not even exaggerating, every episode, every single episode. But yeah, guys, definitely check out the show. It's really, really interesting, and you see a lot of magicians. If you go to a convention, half the people you've met have been on this show. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure that just a lot of these producers are just going into YouTube and just typing in magic, and they just find somebody. Because my video barely has 200 views, and my Magi Fest video has 1,500 views. So yeah, it's pretty weird. But yeah, but I do appreciate the producers finding my stuff and putting me on there. But yeah, guys, yeah, also almost forgot, second channel, I'm gonna put the link down in the description if you're not subscribed to there. I think I have 12 subscribers on there. It's kind of like a more opinionated, kind of political channel. I don't want it's kind of like that. It's hard to describe. It's a more serious version of this channel where I like make poop jokes and stuff. But other than that, guys, peace.